This is Jim Sanders along with Coach Jim Smith for the Cost Communication Family Ties production coverage of the 5A state playoffs first ball game here at Rock Island Public School Stadium. Coach Smith talking a little about the Alleman Pioneers going into this ball game. What are your impressions as you've had a chance to see them over and over this season?
Well, Jim, we haven't played them and seen them on film several times. Coach Just has done a great job of putting together a real solid ball club here. I think the hallmark of their team is defense. They've got two very good defensive tackles. Their nose guard is tough. Powell's is tough. DeBoard, Prine, the defensive tackles. They probably have the two best linebackers in this part of the state in Ross Martin and Corey Krieger. So they're real solid up the middle. Their defensive ends are both juniors, so they'll be back next year. It's going to be a real test for him tonight, though, with the kid from the Lafayette kid coming out of McNamara. So I look for Alleman's defense to dictate the game early, and then we'll see what kind of adjustments McNamara can make.
Good. I talked to Rich Zanani. He's the head coach for Bishop McNamara. Rich and I go way back. He and I coached in the 1982 All-Star game. He was the head coach, and I was an assistant for him. He's had a great program. I think they've been in the playoffs something like 15 years and 5 years in a row. He's a little, again, because of the size of their conference, they're probably a 3A school size-wise playing in the 5A playoffs. So we'll see teams of similar enrollments, and I think that'll make a difference. I do want to see the good running back. He's on a full ride to Notre Dame, and they don't make many mistakes. He's a 185-pounder. Quarterback throws the ball pretty well. Coach Zanani thought probably he agreed with you. Thought if they could move the ball against Alleman's defense, their forte, I guess, is the big play. He's got lots of long. He's rushed for 1,500 and some odd yards throughout the course of the season and 24 or 25 touchdowns. So we're going to see the ball in his hands. How about the field conditions tonight? What do you think that'll have?
You know, when we played over here a couple weeks ago against Rock Island, the field was pretty rugged. Now, as we walked across tonight, it didn't seem to be quite so bad. There was a very gooey area over in front of which will be the Alleman bench, and that seems to have dried up, and they've done a pretty good job. The ground crew's done a pretty good job of getting this thing leveled out. It was very hard to run on a couple of weeks ago, and this would be 4 weeks ago now, and 3 weeks ago. It looks like they've got it in about the best shape you could probably imagine.
Good.
You know, Alleman has that big play capability too with their option plays, and little Taylor kid gets outside and he can scoot, and Healy can go. So this ought to be a real good game.
Well, I think so.
One comparison note: McNamara played De La Salle, who we played our first game. UT played the first game, and McNamara beat De La Salle by 20 points when they played. So we know they're a force to be reckoned with. And and like I said, Alleman's going to have to play a very good ball game defensively to keep them under control, it sounds like.
Well, I've been thinking during the course of the week, once we found out we're going to do this ball game, about maybe some keys to the game. And for me, I think a couple real quick things that you mentioned right off the bat. The defense, Alleman's defense, they can control the line of scrimmage and prevent the big play. That's obviously a key. I think the field conditions, if it hurts anybody, it may hurt McNamara a little bit. But I think, to me, after watching Alleman play a number of times, I think if they can improve in their kicking game, that's been a concern of mine throughout the course of the year. I'm sure it's a concern for the Alleman coaches and everybody else. But if they can punt the ball a little bit better, if they need an extra point or something, can kick one. And if the kickoff game gets a little bit better, I think in some of their games they've got themselves in trouble in that area. But if they can have improved on that last week or two, I think that surely keep them in the ball game too. So I'm looking for an exciting game. You know, these kids are going to hit each other, that's for sure. So we've got you and I are standing out here, and it is raining.
And it's raining now.
And our dear friend Brian Mumma, where's Brian? Way over there in the booth, where it's dry.
Putting his game face on.
And he sent you and I out here to get wet.
Yeah.
So guess who the two rookies are and who the veteran is of this group. So, Coach, it's good to have you along. We'll talk as the game goes along here. And
I'll just, you guys are going to be doing the play-by-play. I'm just going to be, I'll kibitz maybe once in a while.
That sounds like a good idea. What's that mean?
It's a card-playing term.
Okay. Well, I didn't do much of that kibitzing in my career, so I must have passed on that one. But we'll be right back. Great football game, 5A.
Diane DeBoard would love to help you plan your next party. She specializes in ethnic hors d'oeuvres and a large variety of unique cuisine. From the simplest to the most elegant affairs, call Diane DeBoard Catering.
Well, here they are, Brian. The two teams have taken the field. The rain is starting to come down a little bit more, Brian. I'll let you know that right now. When Coach Smith and I came off
You didn't
the
get
field,
wet out there,
yes, we did. And we both want to thank you for
That's
that. And
too
we'll
bad.
get the doctor bill. We're ready to go with the starting lineups here, and I think it's going to be a great ball game. We're going to take time now for our national anthem. Be nice, huh?
Very nice rendition
Very nice.
there, national anthem.
Well, here we go with the starting lineups here. Welcome to the playoffs again, Brian.
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
A year ago, we were in Rockford. Starting for Bishop McNamara, Rich Zanani is the head coach over there.
It's a better song. I bet it took quite a while.
As long as the damn light show.
Number 52, nose guard for Alleman, Chris Powells.
Doug Worth is the starter over there for Bishop Mac.
And defensive tackle number 77, Matt Prine for Alleman.
Chad Hansen, number 65, is at guard.
Number 78, Mike DeBoard, the other defensive tackle for Alleman.
Bill Fager, number 64, will start at tackle for Mac.
Number 80, Ryan Woods at defensive end.
Jason DeYoung, number 66, will start at tackle for Bishop McNamara.
And number 90 at the other defensive end, Chris Edwards for Alleman.
Alan Root is number 41, a big tight end, 210 pounds.
And linebacker number 23, Corey Krager.
Number 22 started split end. Number 22, Justin Dole.
And the other inside linebacker, Ross Martin, number 53.
Number 6 is a flanker, Ron Brasou.
Outside linebacker, Bill Healy, number 33.
Ryan Laurenti is number 3, will play fullback for Bishop McNamara.
Defensive back, number 22, Dave Taylor for Alleman.
Here's the guy everybody's been wanting to take a look at, Lee Lafayette, number 2, 180-pound All-State candidate running back.
Number 3, Tom Hufford for Alleman, DB.
And a quarterback for Kankakee Bishop McNamara, Jeff Schroeder, number 9.
And the other defensive back, Tom DeJulio, number 9 for Alleman. We're ready to go
Rich
here.
Zanani's the head coach over there, as I mentioned before, for Bishop McNamara.
And Dana Just, of course, is the head coach for Alleman.
I'll tell you, last year we were up there in Rockford. It was pretty chilly. We had a nice spot in the press box, nice and warm up there. But what a great game we had last year in the first round of the playoffs, and we hope for a different result this year. But I would expect just as exciting a game.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real ball game. This team, as you was telling me on the way over, plays some real good ball clubs during the year. So they're used to the kind of competition that Alleman's used to, and it ought to be a real head knocker.
Well, it should. And you know the records are even at 7-2. The enrollment of both schools is almost identical. So I'm just looking for a great game. Hope the weather clears up a little bit. It's not raining in the booth here at all, Brian. It's nice and dry in here. Your hair doesn't even look messed up, and your sweater is looking very nice, I might add.
Yes, thank you.
Now, somebody get a towel.
Really
Somebody get a towel. Coach Smith's back there. I think he's got like the flu bug started or something. But here we're ready to go. Kicking off, number 15, Joe Quigley, a sophomore, will kick off for McNamara.
We got Corey Krager and Bill Healy back there for the Alleman Pioneers. We're about to have a ball game
This is it. We're ready to go now.
Let's go. This is football weather, though.
This is football weather. Nice kickoff. Taylor back at the 15.
Nice opening there. Gets the ball up to about the 32-yard line. Be 1st and 10, Alleman.
Well, it's going to be our first chance now to take a look at, we've seen Alleman a number of times. We'll get a good hard look at Bishop McNamara here and see what kind of defense they're going to play.
Yeah, here comes Alleman up to the ball. DeJulio looking things over there. We're getting ready for the snap.
4-3 defense.
Pitch to
Sweep.
Taylor on the outside.
Ooh, McNamara ran to the ball real well that time.
Not much.
All the way to the outside that time, number 89.
Be second down and 10 for
Ran the
Alleman.
ball. That's Mike Brousseau, senior, 6'1", 165-pounder.
Looked like he had a little trouble getting the feet going there. Like it was a little slippery out there.
Yeah, probably a good decision. You run the ball, you know, to where the grass is still green.
Yeah.
This time of year, you're always looking for where the grass is still green. Alleman out, split backs, dive play. Oh, he's through. Krieger. Ooh, nice hit inside there.
It's Taylor on that carry, I believe, Jim. He gets
Okay.
about 6 yards, I believe. Let's give him 6. What do you think?
You give him 6. Sets up that first third down, third and about 4.
The
Third and
first
4.
big play for the Pioneers. Need a first down here to keep this going. Split out again.
2 wide receivers to the near side. Split in this way. Option play. Taylor with the ball. First down. He could go.
He's going to go.
Dave Taylor on a great run. Across midfield down to about the 42-yard line.
Looked like there for a second he was on his way. Nice tackle there.
Jeff Cianfonia, 150-pounder. Jeff Cianfonia, deep DB, number 7 on the tackle that time. Saved a touchdown.
Now I know why he made the touchdown or the tackle.
Well,
he's got to be
he's
tough. Yeah.
He is tough.
He's got to be tough.
2 tight ends, wide receiver to the left. Straight dive.
That's Krieger straight ahead, I believe. It's about a yard and a half. Be second down and 9.
Yeah, it appears that Bishop McNamara plays a pretty aggressive style of defense. They're coming off the ball pretty well. First series, generally, when you haven't played somebody like this before, that the offenses win a lot of the time because things will settle in. I would be surprised if both teams did not do a real good job of moving ball the first time.
That was important for Alleman to get that first down and get moving a little bit and get good field position at least.
Reverse. Dave Taylor. Oh, nice cut. Still out in the open. Breaks a tackle to about the 31. Yep.
Yard line.
Tackle that time made by Justin Dole.
Taylor did a nice job that time of reading and cutting up at the right time. So what are we looking at here? Be third and about.
Yeah, we're going to take a look
Measure
at a measurement here. We're going to check this out. They're going to back them up. They're going to bring the chains across. I'll tell you what.
I think he's short.
Alleman looks real good in this first series. They're coming off the ball well. That line is exploding. That ball's moving. They're all moving at the same time right now, and that's pretty good for the field conditions we have here. So.
Oh, we're not going to be able to see that ball.
Yeah.
First down. We know that.
Did you say they were going to get it, or you said short?
I said that ref looks a little short.
Oh, I heard the word short, but I couldn't figure out what it was.
Yeah.
Could be a first down shortly, I think you said.
I couldn't see very well, I guess.
Well, it's all that rain on your glasses from the pregame show.
I wish somebody would get out there and wipe that out.
There's 2 wide receivers to this, will be the short side of the field.
Here we go.
I formation. Still 4-3 defense by Bishop Mac movement. That'll probably be against Alleman.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He's pointing it. Okay. Okay. Ooh, looked like the official was pointing the other way for a second, but they get that sorted out, and it's going to be first down and 15, and that's something you don't need in a drive like this. Coach Smith and I were talking a little earlier about, you got to stay away from the penalties, the turnovers, and play both these teams, I think, have got to play a near perfect ball game. Defensively now for McNamara, number 77, Mike Koch is in there. He's 6'1", 205-pounder. He wasn't listed as a, there he is, number 77. I had to get the right number on him. There we go. I got him now. 4-4 defense, pinching those guys down. D tackles are pinched down on the guards pretty tight, trying to close that middle off. Dive, close that off real good.
That's not going anywhere.
Brian, we're looking at a little different front there by Bishop McNamara. Most of the teams in our league here play a 5-2 defense. You'll occasionally see a 6-1, But this 4-4 or 4-3, and especially when they're pinching the D tackles right down on the guards, they can close that middle off pretty quickly and allow your linebackers to run, because you almost have to waste 2 guys on them. You have to block them with a guard and a tackle, and sometimes you don't have enough bodies. But they got Koch in there, it's 205, and they got DeYoung, number 66. Jason DeYoung's 235 pounds, so they're pretty big boys in there. Defensive ends are also pretty good size, too.
2 split outs to the far side now, or near side, depending on where you're looking.
Speed option. Taylor breaks
good
a tackle.
cut.
Another good cut. That's about
Excellent run.
About a 7-8 yard gain for Dave Taylor. And that makes that penalty even more important here a few minutes ago.
So we're going to be looking at 3rd and about 6.
Yep. Yeah. 3rd and long 6. Alleman went away from the 2 receiver side that time towards the tight end with the speed option. Been a really good play for them. And blocked well. That's right. Sitting down here right now where they got 2 downs to pick up that 6 or 7 yards. Split backs. Speed option. Pitch again. Healy with the ball. Nowhere to run unless he can break a couple tackles. Stopped at about the 28-yard line. Sets up a 4th down.
Well, if you're in this neighborhood right here, what do you really got to gain here, by? What do you think?
Oh, you're going. No, you're not going to
run the ball here, huh?
Going to run the ball here. They've had some success to the outside, although that time with Healy carrying the ball, McNamara ran the ball a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Well, right now, if Alleman, has got a play they've been working on here for a week or 2 that they haven't shown in the games, this is probably a time to show something that maybe they haven't seen. Maybe something they ran real early in the season was very effective. But
got Sevi Taranis in as a wide out.
3 wide receivers now. I formation, slant pass coming there. Nice throw. Ball incomplete. Excellent play. Ball was thrown there and right on the money on a quick slant, and McNamara takes over. Well, Brian, first drive, Alleman was very impressive, but 5-yard penalty hurts.
That
5-yard
did
penalty.
hurt. One mistake.
And hey,
Makes it
if you
tough.
play good teams, this is kind of what you're looking at. Well, here's going to be our first look at McNamara's offense. Of course, you keep those fans updated on what Alleman's doing on defense, Brian, because our fans are used to seeing great defense here.
I'm sure they're going to
2
see
wide
some good
receivers.
defense.
Got tight end to the short side of the field. Lee Lafayette at tailback. He touches it on the first play. To the 30, turned around the
excellent
wrong
job.
way, though.
Chris Edwards, number 90 at the end, did an excellent job there. And Matt Prine, defensive tackle. Got a flag right away here.
Well, we got a penalty flag. It looks like that number 3, which is Ryan Loretti, fullback, was involved with some chatter somewhere along the line. We're going to see. So we're probably, that's right, we're talking to Booth there, probably going to see a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, which will make it, they'll lose that down. It'll be 2nd down now and about 25. So those things hurt.
First big mistake for them.
That's right. That time they came out and went to with the tight end to what would be the short side of the field and ran right to him. They like to do that. Alan Rood, number 41, is 210-pound tight end. Laurenti, number 3, is a 205-pound fullback. So we're going to see them come that direction quite a bit, I think.
Loretti is the
Ryan Laurenti is a fullback. Now 1 back set this time. Lee Lafayette, the lone back. Touches the ball
again. With the ball.
Another good play by Alleman, short of the 20-yard line.
Matt Prine with the tackle, and who else? There's another linebacker in there. I think it was Ross Martin.
Yeah, Prine moves real well up front there. That's a, there's 230 pounds that can move from side to sideline too. So
we're looking at 3rd and about 20.
3rd and 20. Yeah, that's about right. 3rd and 20. Right now, I don't imagine that McNamara. That's right. I don't imagine McNamara is going to do anything real crazy. We're going to 1 back set, 4 wide outs. Watch people running down the seam. It scares you with nobody in the middle of the field here. Right down the middle. 35's wide open. Oh, great defense by Alleman.
Defense. Number 3.
Great defense.
Tom Hufford come in there, hit him just at the right time to knock that ball loose.
Well, that's the thing that scares you, Brian, about the 4 wide outs with only 1 back. You get into some 4 deep coverage, and that, boy, I tell you, those seams get pretty wide open. I thought that time probably the other wide out, that would have probably been number 6, maybe. But they also brought in an extra, yeah. Trying to find a wide out. Number 6 to punt now. That's Ryan Brousseau. Short kick. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Ooh, close to the 42, 43-yard line.
Alleman's going to get excellent field position here.
Going to mark it right there. 43-yard line. First and 10. Alleman takes over in Bishop McNamara territory. So
I tell you, McNamara had completed that pass. That pass was caught.
Yeah,
he
that's
just
right.
hit him just at the right time to knock that ball.
And you're
in.
getting two guys converging on the receiver and getting there at the same time the ball gets there. That's pretty good cover. I don't think Alleman was real excited about the coverage they ended up in that time. I don't think they were where they wanted to be, but they survived it and take over possession in great field position. So here come the Pioneers.
Matt Brandy at a whiteout in there for Alleman now.
Whoa, well, that's a good hard run that time.
Healy hard to take down that time.
Well, he got up in there in a real big hurry.
Got about 2, be second and 8 for Alleman.
Peter Nolan, number 50, was in on the tackle that time.
Sevi Taranis brings the play in for Alleman, number 86.
That's Seth. That's Seth. Plain Seth.
Thank you.
Getting all the help we can get.
We need
Stunt
all the
coming
help we
out.
can get.
Ooh, the fullback almost got through that time. Good looking play. That time we had a stunt going on of the D tackle and the
Corey
linebacker on
Krager
that
at
side.
the carry that time. It looks like about third and about 4.
It's one of those big plays because now Alleman's going to look at it and we may have to punt the ball in a situation like this if they don't pick up the first down. The wind conditions, what's that flag doing there, Brian? My glasses are still kind of fogged up from the pregame.
It's waving. The flag is waving.
Right in our face, I think, here, huh? 3rd and 4. Ball's at the 37-yard line. Officials' time. Okay. Well, I'm going to get rid of that towel, huh? I don't know what's wrong with it. It's green.
We're going to wash it.
Ought to be perfectly legal.
Dan
Can't wear-
Credo out
can't wear
wide
green.
set for Alleman this time.
Oh. Okay. Option. Dealio
Ooh,
nowhere to go.
jammed up.
Stayed alive, but tackled near the 40-yard line. And
Good penetration on that
Yeah.
defensive line, just left him with nowhere to go.
well, it looked like the first time down the field, McNamara was pretty much hitting and reading with that 4-man front. In this second series, they had lots of stunts coming with linebackers and D tackles especially. And 4th down now, and about what, 6? 4th and 6.
Nothing
Alleman.
messes up that option anymore than get a defensive tackle into the backfield there a little bit. Get a
Well,
little
that's for sure.
Penetration.
Well, you got Lafayette deep. Dealio's punt trying to kick the ball away from him. Does a nice job, and the ball stops dead at the 12-yard line.
Okay, 1st and 10, McNamara at the 12-yard line. 3:45 to go in the first quarter. We still got no score at all.
Yep. I'll tell you one thing, that Alleman's right now is winning the field position battle, if nothing else. That time it was pretty much 3 and out, but because of the defense and because of the penalty against McNamara, they're winning the field position game. The scary part about it is it doesn't make much difference if Lafayette gets loose. You know, he's got 1,500 and some odd yards for the year, so if he gets loose, it doesn't make a lot of difference. I-4 power I now. Oh, the big tight end and
Lafayette
lead
with the
block.
ball
Lafayette
again.
to the outside. Runs over one Alleman tackler and picks up the first down. What a run that was. My, oh my.
Excellent job of running. Looked like they had him strung out pretty good, but when he turned it up, he ran right over one
Well,
of them.
he outran one guy and ran over another. That's a bad combination when you get on the perimeter. There's not many more guys left out there.
So McNamara gets their first down.
McNamara that time, Brian went with the power eye, had Alan Root, who's been playing tight end, and ran him as the power back, put him in motion, let him lead that play.
So far, there's only been one man carry the ball for.
Now, they're not going to see a whole lot of them carry the ball. Fullback's going to get it this time. Number 3 up, good hard run, picks up about 3 yards. That's Ryan Laurenti, 205-pound fullback.
Matt Prine on that tackle over there. Corey Krager with a little help.
Yeah, we talked earlier in the pregame. Lafayette has rushed for 1,543 yards in the season on 210 carries, and the scary part, he scored 24 touchdowns. So he's going to touch
had
the ball a lot.
A lot of long runs.
35's in the ball game playing tight end now. That's John Laurenti, and when he's in there, evidently when Root runs that, he's through again. And running that ball to that short side of the field and in the green grass again.
Depending on the mark, they're going to be pretty close. Looks like a little short.
3rd down. They're running behind Jason DeYoung and Chad Hansen with Nate Provost at center. DeYoung is 235 pounds and Hansen's 205 pounds, so they get off the ball pretty well.
Well,
Power
Alleman needs to
football here.
tighten up here and guess right.
Power
Get somebody
eye.
in that backfield.
Yep. Looks like he's through for the first down that time, but Alleman
That's
was
about it.
there. Lafayette on the carry. Looked like they might have gone unbalanced to the short side that time. And that always creates some problems too, especially if you're in that power eye once in a while. Boy, it really makes you, you either have to overshift with it, which you're not used to doing a lot of times, and or you're outmanned, one or the other. Balanced line this time, still power eye to the right.
Power to the right. Here they
Sweep.
come.
Lee Lafayette stumbles. Oh, look at that run.
Flat right there. 44.
Oh, flag comes in, late flag.
44. Oh, yeah. He tapped from the back in the back.
I think they're going to call a hold there.
Yeah. 44, I think, was in that area.
Yep.
Andy Moeller is a tight end. Must be Moeller probably comes in when they move Rude to that power eye back. So, another penalty. 1 minute, 24 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And
That's going to hurt again.
that's right. Coming from their own 12-yard line where this drive started.
One nice thing about it, if you can keep that field position and stay patient in this kind of weather, the next play, you never know when you're going to get that ball.
Exactly.
The next
Exactly.
play could be your ball again.
We got Corey Krager over here on the sideline with his helmet off and walking back and forth a little bit. So there's a sub linebacker in there for Alleman right now. Number 36 is in the ball game. Two wide receivers to the right. Draw. Nice run. They ran to the ball real well that way. 36 is Mike Berry. We've talked about him several times
Yes.
in the games that we've covered, and he was right there that time. When you get a linebacker, as Coach Smith said in the pregame, maybe they have the two premier linebackers in the conference, or maybe even in this area, and one goes out and you can put Berry in the game and makes a big play like that. Huge. Second down now, 18 yards to go, 44 seconds to go in the first quarter. Pro set.
Oop.
Flag down.
Somebody lined up or moved.
So things are going real bad right now for McNamara.
35 yards of penalty in the first period.
Looks like we got an
That's a
equipment.
lot of mistaken.
Yeah. Could be something just as simple as the chin strap wasn't snapped up and he's not ready to play. Well, that's the official job, is to make that call. So, Alleman's got another nice drive going.
Yeah.
Another 5-yard penalty.
Okay, they just got to be careful of the big play here now.
Time winding down to the first quarter here. Pass, dump pass. Oh, overthrown. That pass intended for number 35, and that's John Laurenti. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 180-pounder. Schroeder, the quarterback. And he's a big kid, too, 205-pounder. So
Pioneers looking pretty good shape on that play right there. And now we're looking at about 3rd and 25.
Yep.
Big play. Just don't give up the big play, and you're going to get the ball back.
It's going to take, now you're thinking lots of times, yeah,
Screen
looking
pass,
for screens and draws. Screens and draws.
reverse.
He's out of the wide out.
He's a wide out now. They're taking Lee Lafayette, putting him as a wide out, brought in another tailback. He's isolated with DeLulio out there. Down the seam. Oh, my. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Wow, does he get out there or what?
That ball
And
I don't think
pretty
was,
well thrown ball. Had a pretty good arm on that boy.
that was about a 60-yard pass in the air, and I'm not so sure Lee Lafayette definitely was not the primary receiver, and by the time he got through running that thing down, he was within 2 steps of catching that baby. With 14 seconds to go, however, Kankakee Bishop McNamara will be forced to punt again, and Ron Brousseau is the punter.
See if he gets a better punt off this time than he did the first time.
Low snap, good control, nice punt this time. Alleman's going to have a chance to return it with Healy with the ball. I'll tell you, Alleman's kids do stay alive, I will say that.
Look at him.
Never got him anywhere near the ground.
So it's 1st and 10 Alleman on the 46-yard line.
Well, 1 second to go right now.
We're going to turn this around and try to go in the other direction. See how
Pretty
it
darn
goes,
quick,
huh?
aren't we? Pretty darn quick. Well, the field position thing's starting to change a little bit, though, with the Alleman punt to the 12. Alleman will now take possession on their own 47-yard line as we've come to the end of the first quarter, Brian. An exciting but scoreless first quarter. We'll be back.
Good, tough football.
In just, what do you think? Take a little break here?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute.
Diane DeBoard would love to help you plan your next party. She specializes in ethnic hors d'oeuvres and a large variety of unique cuisine. From the simplest to the most elegant affairs, call Diane DeBoard Catering.
Here in the press box, we are again on the 50-yard line. We are on the 50-yard line. We are in the aisle, but we're here. We had musical chairs that time. We had into the first quarter score was Pekin 7, Moline 0. Penalty flag.
Got a flag on that.
Real quick. They stopped the action immediately there.
Offside against Alleman. So both offenses having a little trouble getting started. They kind of take a running hit start at their drives here.
There have been a couple times, I'll tell you, in the first two series when Alleman's had the ball, they're coming off as close to the snap as you possibly can. And boy, you get pumped up just a little bit more. And off they come. Outside veer. Nice. Ooh,
Barry on the carry.
Yep.
Picks up about 8, 9 yards on that carry.
Well, they got two different, both I-backs were different. The I-back, fullback in that tandem, again, little depth right now.
Almost.
So we're going to see. McNamara is going to have to toughen that defense up because Alleman is starting to move that ball again. 2nd down and 6. 4-3 defense, straight dive. Barry's oh my. There's a huge tackle right there. 89 that time on a big hit. That's Mike Brousseau. The inside guys kind of stood that play up, and as Barry tried to turn that to the outside, Brousseau had just about enough of that.
That defensive tackle just getting some penetration and moving laterally.
Exactly.
And there's nowhere to go over there.
It's real important that Alleman get a first down or two here to keep this field position in their favor. That's option. Running nicely. Healy. Oh, my. McNamara really ran the ball that time. Brousseau was there again.
4th down.
66 ran to that ball. Jason DeYoung, he's one of the captains of this ball club. I think 50 was there. That's Peter Nolan. Number 3, I think, was in the neighborhood. Ryan Laurenti. 4th down. We talked in the pregame about how the kicking game was, if you get two teams pretty evenly matched, the first punt by McNamara was not very good, but the second one was much better, and we'll see how the kicking game goes here for Alleman. Nice kick. Again, out of bounds, but I'll tell you what, you sure don't want Lee Lafayette to touch that ball. So that's not a bad idea. They're going to mark the ball at the 25.
25-yard line. McNamara takes over.
Well, what are your impressions so far, Brian, of that first quarter?
Well, I think we're just even up here. I mean, just kind of feeling each other out, and both teams can move the ball a little bit, but both teams taking themselves out of essentially the drives.
Right. So well, we'll see what happens here.
Kind of waiting to see who's going to make the right adjustment and bust something. It looks like it's going to be one of those games where big plays are going to enter into this.
Now, McNamara this time out. Wide line splits this time. 2 tight ends, 2 wide outs. Ball was juggled on the snap. Oh, good defense by Alleman. Lafayette's got quick feet, though.
Looks like he got about a yard out of that.
Yeah, 9. Who was in on that tackle? Did we get the tackler that time, right?
Mark Woods on the tackle.
If we miss a tackle, we'll miss one for those
they
Bishop
went down in
McNamara
front of
guys. Yeah. Well, they get in front of those big guys on the sideline
Yeah,
there.
I don't know why they let them guys stand there.
I don't either. 2 wide outs here to the what would be the far side of the field for the camera angle. Quick stop pattern out there. Lee Lafayette with the ball. Breaks one tackle. Lafayette midfield to the 40. Cuts back and is tackled at about the 25-yard line.
They're just doing anything they can do to get him the ball where he gets a chance to run. And they did a good job that time isolating him out there one-on-one and got him the ball. And
well, they bring in Johnny Short, number 21, who is a 5'8", 165-pound freshman, to play tailback when they use Lafayette as a wide out. Boy, that's scary out there. You go one-on-one out there on a quick stop, and whew, good luck.
Yeah, they were just using Short as a little decoy so they could get the ball to the man they want to have it out there.
Well, we're going to see what they do here. We're bringing Lafayette out wide as a receiver here and trying to, again, isolate one-on-one.
Moved into the other side.
Tom DiUlio's got a tough, maybe not a decoy. Maybe not a short for a short gainer.
I think that's just the setup.
You think so?
Something else here.
Well, right now,
Second
you know,
and 8.
the situation you're trying to do with Lafayette is to isolate him one-on-one, whether it's a running play or a passing play. And right now, using Lafayette as a wide out, they're getting one-on-one coverage anytime they want it.
And they took that combination out and went back to their original backfield.
That's
now.
good. That's good. Right now, Alleman's much better off, I think, when Lafayette's playing tailback than he is when he's playing wide receiver. Pro set. Lafayette stopped in the backfield, stayed alive for a while, but tackled at the 23-yard line.
Excellent job. Actually, the guy that made that play, he didn't get the tackle, but Ryan Wood is the guy that made that play. Yeah.
Well, he's right on that one. 3rd down, 3rd and 9. Now we can kind of look for that setup when we start bringing 21 in the ball game. When Short comes in, you can start expecting that Lafayette's going to end up being a wide out, but they're going to stick with this formation. Going to go power this time. Power I, balance line, wide line splits. Pass, ball's on the ground. Quarterback does pick it up. Is tackled at the 30-yard line. That ball got on the ground.
Tackled by Corey Krager right there on him.
Jeff Schroeder that time, the quarterback, faked the ball to the fullback and got himself headed on a roll pass of some type, but he ended up
kind of got back there.
Coming the other way. Yep.
Kind of got back there and looked like, where's the ball? You know?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to still have this thing.
It just laid there for a little while.
Well, it's 4th down now, 15 yards to go. Ball at the Alleman 30-yard line.
And we're not
now we're going to go four wide receivers. Lafayette is the second man in from the far side.
Alleman needs to get some pressure here, quick.
Quick pass. Oh, Lee Lafayette.
Hit Lafayette right in the chest with that ball, and he didn't catch the ball.
Well, Schroeder on that released that ball real quick, and it kind of screwed up the pattern just a little bit, but Alleman takes over at the 30, and they weathered the storm.
Yep. Only thing they lost on it was some little field position.
Well,
now the field position kind of favors McNamara.
Yep. Now Alleman needs some first downs because right now the ball's getting closer to Alleman's goal line, but it was a good defensive stand after the short pass and the long run by Lee Lafayette.
They've had him just about every position but offensive line, haven't they?
Yeah. Then if they put him there, watch for the fumble Ruski. Oh, nice run this time.
Them legs are
Krager
going.
stays alive.
Krager, excellent job.
Down.
1st and 10, Alleman.
That time, really, McNamara was coming to that ball in a real big hurry, but ran right by it, and that's the advantage of that quick hitting offense that Alleman has. 1st down.
Krager getting a chance to show his stuff there, keeping those legs going and really straight ahead football.
Well, Alleman does some really good stuff as far as the running backs. Every one of their runners hit that line real hard. Oh, big stunt that time. Dump pass. Oh, nice play again.
Good pass.
Woo.
It's a good place for that.
It really was.
They had about 8-9 men up there, sucked right up in there tight.
Yep.
They could have completed that.
And I'll tell you what, that time they had some games going on inside. We had a D tackle from this side, went all the way to the far side. You may see it on Sunday in a pro game, but you don't see it in a high school game very often. Jeff Cianfrogna, number 7, was the man in the coverage that time.
Brian Keller bringing the play in for Alleman.
Second
Comes
down
in
and
at
10.
wide out.
There's a lot of stuff for this four-man front right now. Using
Comes the option to Taylor. Taylor gets a good
nice
cut.
run again. Penalty flag down right in front of the Alleman bench. And we got a player down out here for two of them actually for Bishop McNamara. It looked like we're going to have a penalty against Alleman. There's a player injured here.
They're waving the coach over here. Looks like he's
Legal use of the hands against Alleman. So this will hurt because that turned out to be a pretty good play.
Yeah.
It set up what was going to be what, about a third and
Dave could have got his
two.
head up that time. He could have went quite a ways there.
well.
He
Big
just
thing
kept
now is that, yeah, you're
kept them
turning
feet
hard, just
going.
trying to keep that
Yeah.
heading towards that goal line. Well, we got a little break in the action here. Why don't we take a short break and we'll be back in just a minute. We're at 6 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the second quarter. And the score is Kankakee Bishop McNamara 0, Rock Island Alleman 0.
Boy, not only 18 yards.
Yeah, well, we're back here now. The injured player is Bill Fager, number 64. He's a starter at right tackle for them offensively and was injured that time while playing defense. So, and he looks like he's got a pretty sore leg, probably a knee of some kind, looks like. And that you always hate to see that happen at any time of the year. Playoff game, maybe even more devastating to your ball club because he's playing a whole lot right now. So we hope he's okay, gets a chance to get back in the game after a while. But the penalty went against Alleman, and it's now second down and 18. The ball back to the Alleman 33-yard line. Let's play ball.
Okay, here we go. Don Grado comes in with the play. Gonna be a wide out over there. Got Taylor and Krager.
Yep. Speed option. Oh, it got some place to. Oh, look at the white shirts running the ball
They
this
strung
time.
that out well.
Man alive. Every one of the McNamara defenders worked off the block, stayed outside, made a nice play.
Excellent job playing defense there.
Cianfrogna, number 7, was in on that play again. No, worked an end over that time. Yeah. Right. Both teams now have used a little what would be an unbalanced look, trying to outnumber the other team, in that particular case, to the short side of the field.
Alleman 3 wideouts
Three
here.
wideouts.
Gonna throw the ball.
Down the seam. It's a good looking throw. Oh, incomplete. Good coverage that time. Mike Brousseau, number 89, was there. Jeff Cianfrogna was there and had that play really well covered. And it's fourth down, and Alleman will be forced to punt again.
Jeff Lawrence was the intended receiver there, and looked like for a moment the ball was going to be right on him.
Well,
Good defense there.
I will say this: the ball was thrown right to the receiver, but there are just two defenders right there with him, and it
almost picked it off.
That's right. Well, fourth down again. The ball at the 32-yard line. Alleman to punt. DeUlio back.
And Lafayette back for McNamara. Oh, McNamara jumped offside on that, I believe.
That's a 5 to the field position game. Let's see what happens there. Alleman's still going to have to punt the ball, obviously, but not.
We can get that to happen about 3 more times.
If it happened even one more time, I guarantee you McNamara's guys would be about 9 yards off the ball. They'd all look like DBs. And Rich Zanani over there, who's
Think he'd be upset about that time?
He's pretty fired about getting his shoe tied in the locker room earlier this afternoon. So I'm convinced he'll be. He was not real happy with that one there.
Okay, Alleman needs to
It
execute
looks like
well
they may be
here
coming
now.
on this one, though. Lots of guys up front now for Bishop Mac. So take a look.
Ooh, I think they
They're
might have
coming
been off
hard.
again.
DeUlio got the kick off. Ooh, man, shanked that ball.
Oh, first and 10.
we've got a penalty
the
flag
kicker.
down.
Think that's going to be roughing the kicker?
Man,
The kicker was standing, the guy was down on the ground.
there was a guy in the area, and the penalty flag is right there. So
No, he's
illegal
staying against Alleman.
illegal procedure, and I was going to say 50 was in the area, Peter Nolan, but
Well, they'll take the ball
You
away
bet.
where they're at.
you bet. And that's going to be great field position
Is
this
that-
time for
wasn't a
Bishop
dead ball.
McNamara. It's declined.
We had 6 guys in the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Well, the penalty flag came from all the way back by our
I seen
referee.
a lot of movement there on the defensive line before that ball was snapped. I thought maybe they jumped again.
Yeah, they were off the ball, Brian, that time, about 3 yards. They were moving, but they weren't anywhere near the zone. Well, Oliver's defense has been so tremendous all year long is going to have to really come to the front right now. McNamara takes over at Alleman's 47-yard line, first down. Right now, it's hard to get any flow in the game, too. There's lots of delays, and
Yeah.
everybody's standing around waiting to get started here. 2 tight ends. Got a wide receiver to the McNamara side of the field.
Lafayette gets the ball
Lafayette
again.
running real well. Got up in there for about a 3-yard gain. Tell you one thing, he is not going very far before somebody's
Tripped
touching.
up in there
He's
by
getting touched
Chris
early.
Pauls early.
Getting touched real early right now. Take a
Looked
look.
like
and
he was
see.
going to dump him for a loss there for a second.
did.
I'm not so sure he wasn't held a little bit there.
Let's take a look at who we got in over there at right tackle. We have to try to get a number. 75, I think, is the number out there. Tom Boudreau is a junior tackle. I think he's in for
Goes to
Fager.
the outside pitch.
He's outside this time. Alleman runs the ball well. Man.
And Healy in on it over there. Edwards. Nice job. Spread it out well that time. Be 3rd down and about 7.
Well, that's been one of the strengths of Alleman all year long. The linebackers run well to the sideline. The outside people, Taylor does a good job. Healy does a good job of turning those plays back inside and coming with some force. 2 solid defensive ends, as Coach Smith was saying. I think both those guys are juniors, if I'm not mistaken, so that's kind of scary.
Oh, we just got 2 solid teams here.
3rd down and 7. Ball's at about the 44-yard line.
Who tried to get him to
trying
jump?
draw him
They held
offside.
still. There's a draw.
play. Look out. Lee Lafayette. He faked
Mercy
himself right into the
sakes.
ground.
Yeah, he's just literally screwed himself in the ground. 1st and 10, McNamara.
He faked out everything but those 4 blades of grass stand right out there
Yeah.
on the 35-yard line.
If that had been on artificial turf, you'd have said the turf monster got him.
I know one thing, that every time he touches the ball, I think the pulse rate and everything else on this side,
yes.
our side of the field over the Alleman side is
You could
goes
see
way
the
up.
opportunities on that run.
Okay, we got the fullback offset this time. Sweep, reverse.
Reverse.
Oh, it's going to be wide open out here. Might have holding there. Looked like holding. Didn't call holding. 22 on the carry that time. That's Justin
Good job.
Dole.
Dave Taylor did a good job there on that tackle.
He's a split end, number 22 Dole on the sweep reverse that time for about 7 yards.
Looked like there was a little hold there, but maybe not.
Well, as an offensive coach, you used to like to coach that offense. You know, I'd say we just got into him and just got up
into
in there
him,
tight,
yeah.
and he couldn't get away. Of course, now from this angle, I thought I could hear the cloth tearing, but I wasn't sure.
That's right.
One back set now, and they're changing it up again. We've got, Ryan Laurenti is the lone back, big
Lafayette split
fullback,
out here to the left.
trap inside, no
Oh,
place to
nothing.
go. That time the
Great
hole was
job
back the other
that
way.
time.
Laurenti looking for an inside trap and
Prine
missed
just,
the hole.
Prine just filled that hole up and stayed right there. Nice job.
Now that sets up a 3rd
He's
down.
feeling good about it, too.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
3rd and about 4. 3rd and a long 4. So again, 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go here before halftime. That clock just keeps going, Brian. This is a fast half. And a
Well, you
lot of
got to
action.
believe where the ball's at. They might go both downs right there
Well,
again.
oh
so.
yeah, no question about that. I don't think they're, unless they get dropped for a big loss of some kind. We got the fullback offset again.
It's a big
Lee
play right
Lafayette.
here.
Sweep. Lafayette on the carry. Cuts back inside. Nice run. Nice tackle that time. Short of the first
Krager
down.
comes in there and makes a nice hit on him.
Sets up about looks like a 4th and less than 1. The ball is at the 25-yard line. Alleman 25. Inside of 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. McNamara's got all 3 timeouts, so Alleman's going to have to hold him here probably.
They ordered special drinks.
It'll be
the Alleman
tough to
fans-
stop him for just a foot there.
4th and less than a yard. Power eye. Unbalanced line. Lafayette, 1st down.
Nice tackle by Krager again that time.
That time they went power back to the left. They went unbalanced to the left and ran in behind the two tackles, probably right next to each other, and behind the block of number 41, Alan Rude.
He didn't get much, but he didn't need much.
Didn't need much, but now the clock has become a little bit of a problem. Like I said before, though, they've still got all 3 timeouts, so that'll allow them several more plays. Split backs this time.
A little different look here.
Drop back pass, quick stop pattern out there. Nice catch. Oh, he breaks a tackle. Number 6 is out of bounds. Nice catch. Ron Brousseau, 170-pounder.
Down to about the 8-yard line. 1st and 10, McNamara.
It's a quick stop pattern, and then they like to run that. Man. Talking about
I think Healy
important
knocked him
defensive.
out, didn't he, Jim? No? Taylor?
No, it's first down now. First down, the ball is at about the 8-yard line. First and goal, 1 minute, 36 seconds to go. The clock is stopped. Power eye, balance line.
He's good defense here.
Bootleg pass, wide open. Look out, 22 is wide open. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Justin
McNamara.
Dole from Jeff Schroeder ran a little bootleg pass. Dole broke wide open. And right now, Bishop McNamara from Kankakee leads 6-0, and Alleman's got a player down.
Corey Krager is trying to get up.
You know, that was a pretty darn good call.
Oh.
I know, you know,
Good,
Coach,
good ball fake in there.
Coach Zanani's been there for many, many years, and he's, been through lots of situations. I think we were talking about earlier, 15 years in the playoffs and 4 state champions. Of course, they were in the 3A and the 4A class, but still, his kids are always ready to play. No question about that. So,
Oh, they
there's the first
executed
score.
that play excellent. The ball handling there, you couldn't tell who had the ball. The quarterback covered very nice there.
well, and it's not expected, obviously. You come down to the 8-yard line, first and goal. You've still got 1 minute 30 to go with 3 timeouts. You figure Lafayette's going to touch the ball however many times that you need, and all of a sudden they get 6 just like that. Bad news too is that 2 things with Krieger down. That's bad news. And secondly, we've got Alleman will kick off, to start the
Second half.
second half. So it's one of those
1:30 to
twofer
go here
things, yeah.
before halftime. And McNamara takes the lead 6-0 as we're waiting on the extra point.
He's Krager looks like he's walking good, so I think he's had a little shoulder problem, like a pinched nerve type thing, and that's probably what he had there. It looked like he filled up in there. We had the power side to that side. I think he just flew up into all those bodies and got smacked a little bit. Well, the extra point now, you got Brian Lone, L-O-W-N. He's a 140-pound junior. Ooh, that may or may not be good, but it is right down the middle. Hooked it in there.
It's a good thing he had that ball
like Coach
down.
Smith's drive occasionally there, right in the middle of the fairway, though. Bang.
7-0 as McNamara takes the lead here with 1:30 to go before halftime.
Well, that drive was, again, the passing going in, of course, we knew that Jeff Schroeder had thrown 800 and some odd yards for the year, and you got a 1,500-yard rusher in your backfield. What we didn't get, though, was the fact that who the primary receiver was. And of course, Lafayette would have to be one of them, but I think probably Justin Dole, from looking at this first half, has got to be another one of the big receivers. And so they look pretty darn good on that drive. But Alleman's got 1 minute 30 to go, and they'll be receiving this kickoff. So what do you think?
Well, they did a good job of mixing up their plays that time. That little quick out there was a big play for them that set them up for the touchdown. Or Alleman would have probably kept them out of there for the half.
Well, and it's that situation where Alleman doesn't want to give up the big play, so they're playing way off of the wide out, which is not a bad plan if he can get up and make the tackle. But in that case, Brousseau showed that he has some great quickness, and of course Lafayette can make you miss in a second. So 15 kicking off now. That's Joe Quigley again, a sophomore.
Healy and Taylor back for Alleman.
And that's a kind of a squib kick this time. Got it down, got that ball real wet. Taylor's got the ball.
Little seam there. He gets up to about the 27-yard line.
People flying everywhere which way. Jason Menard, number 32, I think was in on that tackle. Made a nice play there.
So Alleman's got 1 minute 24 before halftime to move the ball here. It's raining a little harder out there. I think it's raining harder now. What do you think?
You haven't been out since it wasn't raining when you and I got here, and you haven't been out since.
It's
so what do
pretty
you know
dry
about
in here.
what do you know about rain at this point in time? Got a penalty flag that time. Looked like there might have been some movement inside.
Legal procedure against Alleman, I believe.
Number 78, Bryce Frieden, is a senior D tackle, is in there now for Bishop McNamara and one of the down 4.
Colorful umbrellas over here on our side. You notice that?
Yes. And I'm sure our fans have figured out again here at Rocky Stadium, our side is not the camera side.
It's not their side. It's just our side,
It's just
right?
it's our side over
That's
here,
all it is.
but
That's right.
It's not the camera side. So occasionally we're going to foul up and get in the wrong direction, but we apologize for that. But the window is getting wet. Speaking of rain. Yeah.
Is John sending us messages over there?
I'm looking at him. This is too exciting. Slipped on
Boy, yeah.
Barry
I think
that
the
time.
ground got him that time before he even got started.
Oh, and a quick timeout call that time by McNamara. Now, I think McNamara feels like they've got the momentum going right now, and there's an opportunity here to maybe make...
Well, they want to force Alleman to have to make the plays, and if something happens that they get a break, why? Well, let's take a break here, huh?
That sounds like a good idea. Let's just do that. Well, Brian, we're back. Let's get back to the action. Alleman's ball.
All right.
Second down, 15.
47 seconds to go as Alleman brings it up.
3 wide outs.
Quick
Fullback.
opener to Krager.
A good run that time. Is McNamara going to use another timeout? Yes, they do. Mike Brousseau out of the secondary calls timeout. It's Barry on the carry.
Yep. Barry's in for Krager right now.
Yep. Krager's down here on the
McNamara takes another
here.
timeout to kill the clock with 41 seconds to go.
And that's a shame, too. You got a little, a great player like that, big playoff game, and right now he's having a little trouble, staying in the ball game. He's got to have a shoulder problem of some kind. That, as tough as he is, if he can get back in there, he sure will. But the good news is Barry, as his substitute, has done a great job, both defensively and a couple times this year when Ross Martin was kind of dinged a little bit in the ball game or needed a rest because he's going both ways. Barry steps in defensively and offensively and does a good job. Healy, another good back, has done a good job defensively and offensively when he's had a chance to be in the game. So that's a big plus for Alleman.
So we're looking at 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9.
41 seconds to go.
And the staff right next to us here from Bishop McNamara, they're working feverishly over here in the booth, getting themselves, I think one guy's taking a nap, tell you the truth, but stop and another timeout is going to be called real. And there's your timeout. Alleman's going to be forced to punt that ball away.
35 seconds to go. 4th down and 9. Alleman will have to punt here.
Darius Chandler, 43, was in there along with about 6 or 7 other guys. I tell you, as this half is worn on, McNamara's getting more and more bodies to that football at every snap. Yeah. Right now, they've seen the best that Alleman's got, and they've now got it just about figured out. So maybe there'll be some adjustments here in this at halftime.
Well, Alleman's a team that's always done well adjusting at halftime too, and come out. We've seen them come out and really dominate in the second half.
Yes, we have. Lafayette up about 15 yards from where he's at right now, and dare you to kick the ball over my head. That's one thing I would do. He's back 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 40. He's counting on a 40-yard punt, 42-yard punt into a crosswind. It's not going to happen. But they've got 10 guys up front, but they're going to hold him up a little bit. Ooh, and the ball's out of bounds. We're going to take a look. That ball's going to spot it back inside the 40.
Yeah, I believe so. Oh, we got a pretty good spot.
Got a nice spot that time. That ball spotted out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
And Carlos said that's good enough right there.
That's good enough for me.
29 seconds to go. McNamara gets another crack at it here. They'll be able to get probably 2 or 3 plays off anyway.
Well, you got wide to the far side. You got number 6 out there. That's Ron Brousseau. You've got Lafayette actually near side. Lafayette is to the far side. One back. Pass. Oh, look out.
Oh,
Not quite sure. Whoa,
it's a shame he didn't get that ball just a little higher, wasn't it?
Well, they're just streaking 4 guys right now, but the quarterback that time, Schroeder, just took a step back and threw that ball without looking, and Healy was the closest thing to a receiver that there was out there. They didn't need to be in a hurry, but not that big a hurry.
Well, He's got a quick release.
That's true.
That's
and
true.
he's just real happy that was a real low pass.
Real low.
They're going split
Okay,
backs this
second
time.
down, 25
Pro
seconds
set
to go,
to
second
the
and
wide
10.
side of the field. Pass. Drop back. Pressure by Alleman. In the flat. Oh. His knees down. The clock will continue to run.
And they don't have any timeout.
18 seconds. They stopped the clock. Right now the clock was stopped for a second. 16 seconds to go. He's going to have to ground this thing or just go up top with the thing, one or the other. He's going to go quick out. Caught, but inbounds.
That'll be the...
And that will be...
half.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to get the clock stopped for the first down. There is a chance if he can ground that ball real quickly, which is legal in high school football, they'll get one last play. So we'll see how fast... Oh, the quarterback's not under the center. Not going to get it done.
No.
Not going to get it done. Nope. And clock management right at the end of the first half there by Kankakee Bishop McNamara helps Alleman a little bit, and we'll go to halftime.
They had everything but a quarterback, and they could have snapped that, right?
Well, he's looking for a signal from the sideline, but that's something you work on in practice all the time, and it should have been right there and got that thing down. And the other thing was that 2 passes, both inbounds, hurt him there towards the end of that drive. But as we go to halftime, quick thoughts, Brian, on the first half. What do you think?
Well, it's a pretty even ball game, but as the half wore on, I believe the overall strength of McNamara started to show a little bit. And, of course, it shows on the scoreboard with a 7-0 ball game.
Right.
Now it's just a matter of can Alleman suck it up, make the right adjustments at halftime, and mentally get ready to come back out here and play football again.
Well, I agree with that. And I think, too, that I think McNamara has shown Alleman a couple things that they're going to have to really take a good hard look at in there, and one of which is the putting Lafayette as a wide out. Now, maybe with the films they exchanged, and maybe he's done that all year. But right now...
DARE is an acronym for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. It is a drug prevention program that not only focuses on the negative aspects of drugs, but the positive side of life.
DARE teaches young people how to resist peer pressure to take drugs and to resist the pressure to join gangs.
Community schools with their local police or sheriff's department offer a 17-week DARE program to teach kids to say no to drugs and gangs. DARE to make a difference.
Diane DeBoard would love to help you plan your next party. She specializes in ethnic hors d'oeuvres and a large variety of unique cuisine. From the simplest to the most elegant affairs, call Diane DeBoard Catering.
DARE is a simple acronym for Drug Abuse Resistance Education. It's a drug prevention program that not only focuses on the negative aspects of drugs, but also on the positive side of life.
DARE helps teach young people how to resist peer pressure to take drugs and to resist the pressure to join gangs.
Community schools with their local police department offer the 17-week DARE program.
DARE to make a difference.
Has been back for a couple minutes, been warming up on the far sideline, so we're getting close to action. We got Coach Smith up here. Brian, why don't we get his impressions of this first half? What do you think about that, huh?
Yeah.
You sit over there real close to him. Sit over there real close to him.
What do you think, Coach?
Can I just talk into this?
Yeah, that's how you do that.
No.
It's pretty.
No.
Just the mic.
That's. Gee. Bring a rookie in, and it's not even basketball
I was really impressed with McNamara's defense. You know, they come in with the high touted tailback and a pretty good quarterback-receiver combination. But the way they played defense, especially the second quarter, I think they kind of took Alleman out of their offense, and Alleman didn't do themselves any favors with some penalties. So I think Alleman needs to play. It's the old cliche, but the error-free half to get things going again.
I think so.
And they're in a tough spot kicking off here.
Well, Brian,
if they can do what they did against us and kick it off and make them field it on the 5 and then fall down.
That's a good start.
That's a huge field.
That's a good start.
And,
well, I thought early in the half, especially, Alleman did a good job with the field position thing, and then all of a sudden it kind of got away from them, and then they were fighting that battle the whole second quarter, I think. But
the long pass play to Lafayette, the hitch that he turned into a long gainer, that was the huge field position change there, and Alleman never did get out of the hole. I don't think they got across midfield second quarter.
No, I don't think so either. And then they were forced to punt, a lot of 3 and outs, and that hurts too on a night like this. So we're getting ready to go. The captains are going to go to the center of the field.
Trying to get back into it out there.
Yeah, boy, they need him in the lineup, that's for sure. And that's not to take anything away from Barry, because he's really a great player. But Krager's kind of that leader on the field, and he and Ross Martin are standing there next to each other in defense. That helps
good
tremendously.
Tandem there, linebacker.
You
There's
bet.
no doubt about it. Well, Alleman's made some good adjustments in other ball games that we've followed them with. So.
Well, that's one of the things, that's good about football or some of the other games. You got to play the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting there talking about this, but the score is 7-0. We're one play away, either something real good by Alleman or something real bad by McNamara to turn this whole ball game around. And Alleman has been able to do that in the third quarters and especially the fourth quarter. So I'm not going to get too shook up unless Alleman's down 2 or 3 scores and it's in the fourth quarter. Remember 2 weeks ago we were here and Moline about had that ball game put away, and then all of a sudden here comes Alleman
they did a nice job on McNamara's good running back. Actually, I think he's under 50 yards for the first half.
Right.
So, 48.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, that's a great job. You start figuring out what he's gained over the year, and he's rushed those against some pretty good people. Yeah. I mean, you run for 200 yards against De La Salle or St. Rita or Mount Carmel or somebody like that. Average that. Now, I mean, obviously maybe he didn't gain that many yards against those teams, but he gained some, I'll guarantee you. How about the weather, Brian? What's the weather look like right now?
Well, it looks like it could be good duck hunting out there. Justin Dole, number 22, is back there along with
Lee Lafayette. What's his name?
We won't forget him. He gets the ball every time.
Old what's his name back here trying to run.
I'll never forget what's his name.
No.
No.
Well, but to get back to the weather, it's raining harder all the time. Squib kick. Good idea. That ball's bouncing around back there. Lafayette still bouncing around. Picks it up. Turns to the outside. This could be a big run. Lee Lafayette, he is gone. To the 30, to the 20. 10-yard line. Lee Lafayette returns the kickoff to start the second half. Alleman did everything in their power not to have him touch that ball. My gosh, the ball bounces off 2 guys, ends up getting clear back to him, and he cannot pick it up. When as soon as he hit that crease at about the 30-yard line, it was 6 points right now. Wow.
That's just the one thing the Pioneers just didn't really need to happen.
That's bad news right there, I'll tell you. My gracious.
What a great run.
Well, he
can move.
Yes, he can. Don't forget that name now. Like we said early in the broadcast, he signed to go to Notre Dame, and we'll just kind of follow that since we get to see Notre Dame play every week. We may see him soon. The extra point kick now before the fans even had a chance to settle back and finish their pork chop sandwiches.
It's good.
It is good, and the score right now is 14 for Bishop Mac and 0 for Alleman with 11 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Man, the air just went out of the stadium here.
Just quieted things down a lot, didn't it?
Wow, let's get fired up. No.
Well, the good news is we get the ball back anyway.
I told this story before. I know. Well, Coach Smith's sitting up here with us, so I can share this story. We played Milwaukee Tech here years ago, and we're down 21-0, just starting the second quarter. And Coach Smith is, I think you're in the booth at that time, I think, and he says, Coach, he says, well, the good news is, he says, 21-0. We got 3 quarters to catch up. I said the bad news is if we don't do something soon, it's going to be 84-0 before we get out of here. So, and I think at that point, Chris Palmer ran the kickoff back for a touchdown. We ended up winning the ball game. So you're right. With a whole half to play, Alleman was going to have to probably score around 14 points to win it. Now they got to score 14 to tie it. So we'll see what happens. And it didn't take long for Alleman's offense to get back on the field. So that, if there's any good news to that, there it is. And the kick. Man, Dave Taylor. Let's get up in and do the same thing. Ooh, ran the ball real well again.
25-yard line, 1st and 10, Alleman.
Jason Menard, number 32, was in on that tackle. Well, now that's so much for the defensive adjustments. Now what do you do offensively, huh?
Well, we'll find out what kind of changes they made, if any.
Boy, I tell you, a play like that, just, I mean, you've done some good things. You've kept the kid from touching the ball. Yeah, back to the kicking game. Yeah, we talked about that in the pregame.
Very important, aren't they?
And really, in defense, Alleman's defense, you couldn't have done anything any better than that. Boy, stuffed up the middle that time. That 4-3 defense up front is really, really tough.
That front four getting good penetration and moving to the ball.
Yep.
Able to control that line.
Well, Jason DeYoung, 66, is in there. I'm trying to get some other numbers. 77 is Mike Kausch.
For Alleman across there, you got DeBoard and Brandenburg and Grau and Martin and Andy Koski.
Well, I'll tell you what, even though we think the Western Big Six is tough, these guys are tougher across the front, tougher than most we're going to see in our league, just tougher than most anybody you're going to see anywhere, really. Because, man, they are good. And, of course, they followed up with Chandler, Rude, and Laurenti at linebackers. And you got a 210-pounder in Rude at number 41. Laurenti is 205 pounds. So, and then Chandler's only 180. He's a little guy in that group.
Well, after 2 quick stops, we're looking at 3rd and 8 already for Alleman. So another big down for Alleman.
Yeah. Well, it's just you talk about a spirit breaker. If you're not careful, well, you just, this could get away in a hurry. Pro set, I formation, pass. Oh, no place to go. Nice defensive play by Chad Hansen that time. 65 was there, kept good outside pressure on Diulio and sacked him back about the 18-yard line, and Alleman's going to have to punt the ball away.
And McNamara is going to get good field position again.
Well, they are. They are, no question about that. Well,
things are looking tough right now, Coach.
Yeah, they are. And what's his name? Lee Lafayette's back here ready to catch this ball again.
Keeps it away from him.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I can see Lafayette does, he counts on the ball going farther than it's going to go. That's the best punt he's got. Takes one step forward, makes the catch at midfield. Penalty flag down, and always watch him run because it's going to get called back anyway.
Whew. Makes it back down to the 34-yard line, but there's penalties all over. There's flags all over the field.
All over the field.
A whole flock of flags. All over the field. I remember that.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Why is the windows in the press box fogging up now, I wonder? Is there something we can do about that? Can we?
Yeah. I think it's too much hot air in
Lots of hot air. Well, the penalty flags are thrown there at about the 47, Alleman 47. So McNamara is going to take over back about their own. Looks like the official's going to mark the ball at about the 38-yard line. 38, clipping. So the Alleman defense needs to rise to the occasion now. McNamara takes over on the first actual play from scrimmage in the second half, having scored 7 points already on the opening kickoff.
Well, Alleman got a little break there. They get a little better field position to establish their defense now.
Now 2 wide outs, I formation. Ball's on the ground. Been several occasions where that ball has bounced around a little bit on that center quarterback exchange. We'll take a look and see if Bill Fager, number 64, is back in the game. I don't see him. He was the one that left early with an injury, and it doesn't look like he's back in here at this point in time. We'll figure out who's subbing for him there at right tackle. Well, 2nd down and 11. Good news for McNamara. The ball kind of bounced down the line of scrimmage, so they only lost a yard on that one. 75 is Tom Boudreau is playing right tackle.
Okay. Lafayette spread out at the top.
Oh, the pressure. Alleman's got good pressure.
He got it off.
It was going to be a
Ryan
screen
Woods
pass.
there was right on him as he's throwing that ball. We got a penalty flag down out here.
55 is the line of scrimmage.
Well, it was going to. It looked like the way the linemen were running around out there. It looked like they were trying to set up a screen, but I couldn't find the back that was supposed to be in the mix there. There's going to be a little question because taking a look at where the yard marker's at, the lineman can be, what, 3 yards within the line of scrimmage, and that was pretty. They were going hard, but when the ball was thrown, they weren't that far down the field.
It looks like they're gonna.
Can't quite decide where they're going to mark this from.
Have they already set the ball?
Well, I'm not sure. It looks like they're going to mark it back there. They're still talking to him, but now that they has to have done that because it was going to be 2nd and 11, I think, and now we're back to about.
So they must have already marked it off. Well, Ryan Wood did a nice job that time getting some penetration there and really putting the pressure on the quarterback. So we're looking at 2nd and about 15.
Yep, 2nd and 15.
Alleman got to avoid the big play here now. And
well, McNamara's a little disorganized right now, so Alleman can make something happen, but you got Lafayette in the slot to
Alleman needs a
the near
turnover
side.
right here. Oh, there's an inside draw.
Short on the carry that time, number 21.
Pretty good job that time.
Boy, he's quick too.
He just got a little bit.
Whew. Yeah, he's got good quickness. And I'll tell you what, when you got a whole bunch of eyes looking out there at your wideouts, and you put, especially when you put Brousseau and Lafayette to the same side, it makes you real nervous. And then you got a quick-footed kid, a freshman kid, Johnny Short, blasts up in there.
Run, yeah. Okay, 3rd down and about 13. Big play for Alleman here. We got to hold them.
Trips to the far side of the field, but you've got Lee Lafayette double covered now. Look at that little bump out there. Overthrown. Alleman made a nice adjustment that time. They backed off and brought Healy to play bump and run, basically.
There's a little offensive interference there. We were blocking the defensive back from Alleman when away from the intended receiver there.
Well, the plan that time had Hufford.
Yeah.
Hufford and Healy both out there.
On the far side of the field here.
Sorry, guys.
There.
Punt formation now for McNamara. 4th down and about 13. Oh, my, I thought Trigger blocked that ball. Decent punt there under that kind of pressure. The ball rolls dead at the Alleman 34-yard line where the Pioneers will take over 1st and 10. Down 14-0 with 7 minutes, 24 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Alleman fans trying to generate a little enthusiasm here, trying to get the team going here.
The defense did a nice job there. They got the ball back right away and decent field position. But right now, they're going to have to crank that offense up. They've got to move that ball.
Got out of there. I thought he had that blocked.
I was looking for it to come back the other way. I couldn't imagine it was going down the field. Well, we'll see what happens here now. Alleman with the ball, going with 2 wide receivers. Split backs. Healy with the ball.
Straight ahead.
That's a nice gain. That moved that ball through 3 yards. Not as much as I thought, though. That's where you tell who's winning that neutral zone. That looked like a pretty good football play there, and it's maybe a 2-yard gain. Sometimes you look like nothing happens, and it's a 5-yard gain.
It shows you where the blocking was going on. It was on the wrong side of the ball.
That's right. Now, when that ball's being snapped right now, the white shirts are moving faster than the green shirts. Real good linebacker play. That's right, Coach. And they step up in a hurry. Pass. Oh, look out. Number 50 that time on blind side on the quarterback. And that's Peter Nolan.
DeJulio didn't even know he was coming.
No. Lucky to hold on to that ball. Sacked back about the 30-yard line. Sets up a 3rd and 14.
Alleman finds herself with a long 3rd down play again.
Man. You're talking about total yards here in the last quarter and whatever, a quarter and a half right now. Not very much for Alleman. Coach Smith and I are here looking at trying to pick out what play you'd want to run, and we've been through that. Right now, you look at that play sheet, and there isn't anything looks any good on there right now. Well, here we go. 3rd and about 14. Pressure, blitz coming. Got there, ball. Oh, nice throw. Oh, the ball's intercepted. Penalty flag down. We've got a penalty flag down, so it could be an interference against McNamara at about the 32-yard line. Looked like contact might have occurred just a little bit before the ball got there.
That's a good break for the Pioneers.
Oh, wow. And I tell you, Dooley
really
got hit just as he let go of that ball. It's
Yeah.
amazing that ball got anywhere near his receiver. Man.
Well, that'd have been a good time for a quick slant with everybody coming. There wasn't anybody back here.
You talk about the mad rush. They were coming in a hurry.
Yeah.
But I will say this, Alleman did a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, they picked most of them up.
They picked most of them up and gave them at least time enough to throw the ball. So that penalty moves the ball out to the 45, just across the Alleman's 45-yard line. Pass interference against McNamara. First down. The Pioneers on the move. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Clock running here in the third quarter.
Okay, here we go.
Crowd's up now, getting excited. Trying to encourage the
Three
Pioneers.
wideouts.
Speed option.
Gets the pitch.
That's a good-looking
to
play
Healy.
now. Oh, they ran that ball nice. Good defense, though.
Yeah, he's going to get about 6 yards out of it. Pretty good first down play. They're going to get Mark at 5.
Rousseau
He's
ran
second
to the
and
ball
5.
well. Number 50 was also there. Peter Nolan, his name keeps coming up quite often. But looks like still they're just a little confused, McNamara, on their option coverage, because they're taking the quarterback in a big hurry, but there's two guys kind of standing there to take him, and that's leaving the pitch wide open, especially that time. Good pursuit saved him. Dive. Healy with the carry across midfield to about the about the 49-yard line, but that was not much of a gain, maybe no gain.
So we're looking at third down.
Third and about 4.
That Alan Rude at number 41, that inside linebacker, just
He can play,
excellent
can't he?
player.
I've been real impressed with all the Darius Chandler, number 43, can run that football real well. Making a defensive adjustment in the secondary, getting Lafayette in the ball game.
Oh, there again, Rude just
I mean, tell
plugged
you,
the
the
whole
defense
thing
is
up.
there in a hurry.
Rude had that red and plugged that hole right now.
And I'll tell you now, of course, they're just teeing off and coming out Alleman. The D tackles are moving on every play. They're never in the same place twice in a row. Alleman's forced to punt again. Ideal situation right now, 3:56 to go. If you're ever going to run a fake punt, this would be about the time to do it.
It's hard to get those blocking assignments down with all the different looks that they give them
Yeah,
up there.
well, when the linebackers play as good as those guys do. McNamara right now is going to put a little pressure on, but they're watching fake. Nice punt this time. Delio again. Ball's out of bounds. That's what you want to do. You want to kick out of bounds away from Lafayette, but you just want to kick it just a little bit out of bounds, which is a good play, and the ball is marked at the 22-yard line.
Good job that time.
Really good.
14-0. McNamara leads with 3:32 to go in the third quarter. The rain has stopped. Yeah.
So you could really then go outside then, couldn't you, Brian, at some point in time?
I could probably go out now.
Yeah. Just let us know. We'll be glad to. We could mic you up and send you out there. It was fun.
Okay, here we go.
Lafayette with
Nice
the ball
job,
across
nice
the 25-yard line, out to almost the 26. We need to give some credit, I think, to the offensive line, that front group there for McNamara. They got Alan Rude, 41, at tight end. Tom Boudreau is in for Bill Fager at right tackle. Doug Worth at right guard. Nate Provost at center. Chad Hansen and Jason DeYoung at left guard, left tackle, and Justin Dole as the wide out.
Chris Prowls did an excellent job on that last play there.
Oh, reverse. Keeper. Oh, big hit out there by Alleman. The ball out to about the 31-yard line.
Martin gets a good hit on him, and Matt Prine right there with the main tackler.
That fake that time to number 33, Jim McHugh, on the sweep. Fake reverse with Lafayette keeping the ball.
It's going to be 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Big play for the Pioneers again. The clock starts to become a factor here, and they need to get this ball back.
Ryan Laurenti, number 3, limped off that the play before last. He came back in. He's still limping. We might see some of that power eye stuff here in short yardage situation, but I'll tell you, Laurenti is limping. If he doesn't go pretty quick, Lafayette may jump him and ride him, I think, here. Well, let's take a look at what we got here. Officials are coming in. We got a penalty flag.
Home cooking never heard.
Oh.
Wow. They got, evidently, they're marking it off
see
against.
number 66 seems
66,
upset.
it's not a happy camp for Jason DeYoung.
He's a happy, no.
No. And Jason's uniform is getting real dirty. He's playing both ways.
Yeah.
And evidently, he also got that helmet out across that ball just a little bit. Just a little bit. So that's a big play here. It makes, instead of 3rd and 1, it's about 3rd and 6, and so.
Well, that changes everything.
Changes everything. Now that means they're going to give the ball to Lafayette.
We're going to see a little more open.
Lafayette was going to get it, but now Lafayette's going to get it. It's just a matter of how.
The question is, how is he going to?
Well,
no, he's a wide receiver this time. They got him split out to the near side here.
So they're going to have to go away from that. Oh, there's a quick overthrown. No, not a good throw that time, and I'll tell you, the double coverage has got him a little flustered that time. They had 2 wide receivers away from Lafayette with single coverage, but they were going to throw it to him no matter what, and that sets up 4th down.
Alleman had pretty good pressure in his face that time.
Yep. Well, this has turned into a kind of a punting contest here right now, and Alleman's moving the ball towards McNamara's goal line right now.
You take away the kickoff return, and this ball game's just the way it was the first half.
You bet. Oh, close again. Nice line drive kick, though. Should have plenty of time to run this back. Dave Taylor. Good coverage downfield. Number 50 in on that tackle. That's Peter Nolan. We've called his name several times.
And Pat Brace, number 4.
Number 4.
So the Pioneers take over again. 1:41 to go in the 3rd quarter. 14-0, McNamara.
Well, the field's holding up pretty good. It looks like guys are able to kind of run and move and cut. It's not, it's not as bad as I thought it might be. They're getting dirty, though.
Well, they got the long spikes on there in the second half, and I think that's
changed all the spikes at halftime.
That's made a big change.
Sweep. Healy. Nice hit out there. Healy's on the run.
Out.
Great play out there by McNamara. Saves a touchdown.
1st and 10 on about the 41-yard line as Healy does a nice job over there of keeping them feet going and pulls away, breaks a couple tackles, and gets a big 1st down. It looked like he was going to go.
22, I think, was on that tackle. Justin Dole, he's only a sophomore, by the way.
Had to have got his heel.
Man alive. Maybe he got one of those long cleats.
Yeah, well, that's...
Could have done that.
You see, there's good and bad about it. But at least he was on his feet.
That's right. 1st down. Pass. Nice defensive play that time. 32 ran to the ball well. Jason Menard, senior defensive back.
Lawrence was the intended receiver that time. The pass was right there, but the defense just stepped in front and put his hand on it and knocked her down.
Perfect defensive play. Breaking back to the ball. That ball would have been underthrown a little bit more, and then we're talking about one of those things for Bishop McNamara. So, 2nd and 10. Well, Alleman's keeping them alive. We're going to the outside with the sweep. Then the sprint pass.
Mixing it up a little bit.
Dive. Barry with the ball.
Barry's got the ball, and it's all jammed up in there. He's
Man.
about a yard on this, maybe 2.
Yep, line of scrimmage that time ended up being 2 yards into Alleman's backfield. So the neutral zone, that elusive neutral zone we talk about.
Who is that 65 for them that's doing such a good job in there?
Ogrzak. That's Paul Ogrzak. Doing an excellent job. They call him Ogie up there in Kankakee. He's a tough nut. Tried to get me, didn't you, Mom?
No.
Didn't work. So,
I did
slant.
get you. That was Alleman's roster I showed you.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I feel so bad about that.
Yeah, you had it coming.
I know it. Uh-oh. Alleman's forced now into 4th
here
and
we
11. 4th and 11. Yeah.
They going to fake it here, Coach?
Coach, we've watched them all year. We keep calling it. Last year they faked about every second time.
I want everybody to know who called it. Coach Smith says right here is the fake.
Yeah, we call it forever. And if they ever run one, we're going to be right.
Too far to go.
Yeah. Lawrence out here.
Going to punt again. Play the field position game. Angle towards the sideline. Going to be another good kick. That ball bounces. Oh, that's a good punt. Inside the 1. Oh, don't knock it in the end zone. Oh, my high. What a great effort. And the ball ended up being knocked into the end zone. I think it was going to die on its own about the 1 yard line.
I think it had already died.
Man. Well, I'll tell you, you've just got to look at a play like that, and you can't fault hustle. They made every effort. Of course, the ground is slick and everything else, and you go sliding on that, and you slide right into the ball. And if you'd have stood there and watched it, and it would have rolled in the end zone, it would have looked worse.
Well, that looked bad, yeah.
Yep. Well, anyway, a great punt by DiUlio. Ball rolls down to about inside the 1 yard line, ends up being in the end zone, and McNamara takes over on their own 20 yard line.
Well, Pioneers need a break here. They need to turn the ball over.
That wouldn't hurt anything right now. Tailback with the ball, Lafayette. Nice cut. Out across the 30 to about the 32 yard line.
Picks up about 11 yards on the carry. Excellent run that time.
Great feet. Really good. He's got the tools.
Yeah,
he's got
sure
the tools.
Does.
Those in our area that had a chance to see Tavian Banks play over the years, I think there's a lot of similarities. Although this guy runs the ball up inside very, very well. Well, that looks like that's the end of the third quarter, Brian, and the score is 14-0 in favor of Bishop McNamara. And the fourth quarter all year long, the Alleman fans and the players are claiming it's theirs.
It's been theirs, yes, it has.
They're claiming it's theirs, and they're going to need one here.
They're going to need the best one they've had all year, there's not a doubt.
Well, let's take a break here. We're back to start the fourth quarter in just a minute.
Diane DeBoard would love to help you plan your next party. She specializes in ethnic hors d'oeuvres and a large variety of unique cuisine. From the simplest to the most elegant affairs, call Diane DeBoard Catering.
We're back, and we're ready for fourth quarter action here. 12 minutes to go, huh?
Pioneers been holding up four fingers down here. They all still have confidence that they can get something mustered up here and get back in this ball game.
Well, we're here in fourth quarter action here. Class 5A football playoffs. The winner of this game will advance. The loser will have had a great season, and will turn the stuff in and get ready for winter stuff. But Alleman's going to fight them all the way. A great defense there.
Who we got on the bottom? Krager's part of that, but Lawrence, I believe, or Ryan Woods, 80, I believe, is the initial tackler on that play.
Now, second down and 9. That time we talked about the neutral zone before. The neutral zone went in Alleman's favor that time. That defensive line got off that ball in a real big hurry. And they're going to have to dominate. And again, if you've mentioned it 2 or 3 times, they've got to create some big turnover. Something has to happen here. Yep. Linebackers are coming. Step up in it. Oh, nice play again.
Hey, very nice
play again.
Very good defense again on that side over there.
Corey
Krager with the tackle over there on that side.
Thing I liked about that too, David Taylor was hanging out just outside of that pile, and if he'd have popped it outside, so many times you get a good runner that comes in there, no room to run, and all of a sudden he pops it and there's nobody home. But Dave Taylor was standing right there. If he'd have got loose at all, he'd have been able to take that play. So
another thing's got to impress you about him. There wasn't nothing there, but he didn't slow up. He hit that.
That's right.
He hit that line hard.
They're into the one back set now, and the one back, of course, is Lee Lafayette. Off tackle, Lafayette. Ooh, nice play on the outside there to stop him getting the first down. Man.
That was Ryan Wood again, wasn't it?
Krager, I think. Yeah. Well, another punt situation now for Kankakee Bishop McNamara, and the second half has turned into a punting contest.
Yeah,
unfortunately, Alleman's kind of doing a little bit with field position here, but they're not getting any points on the board. They've come close twice to block punts now. Let's see what happens this time. Going to set up a return this time. Healy, wall this side. Healy's still alive, but tackled at about the 30-yard line. We'll see where the officials mark that. Forward progress at the 30.
But special teams, McNamara is doing a nice job of getting down there and covering them punts.
They are. Well, they've got all the qualities to have a real good team. They got great team speed. They're big. We were down talking to Coach before the ball game. Those kids come walking out of the locker room. I mean, they weren't giants by any stretch of the imagination, but they were good, big, solid-looking kids, and a whole bunch of them. There's a lot of good-sized kids.
Good, healthy-looking kids.
Yes, they are. Well, here comes Alleman, split backs. Option. Dave Taylor.
Oh, they strung that out excellent.
Oh, my.
There's just nowhere to go over there.
That was a nice play that time. Mike Brousseau, number 89, was out in the mix there.
He really made that play. He got deep penetration and just kept forcing it out and stringing it out.
Well, they took the dive that time. They had 2 guys that jumped the quarterback and made him pitch the ball, and he had 3 guys on the pitch. Now, how can you do that?
I don't know, but they did it.
14 guys. They got to check the numbers now. Do they have more than 11? I'll tell you, that's a good play there. That was a loss of about, 6 yards.
We're down to 9 minutes.
Yep.
Second down.
Everything's
about
going
14.
against the Pioneers right now. Pass. Screen out here. Krieger. A nice play by number 43, Darius Chandler. Oh, he worked off the block and got right in Krieger's face. Darius
that looked like it was going to go, too. If he could have stuck with that block a little longer there, he could have
that's that kind of drill you work from the beginning of the season to the end, one-on-one with a ball carrier, and usually the one-on-one with a ball carrier wins. But in that case, Chandler worked off that block and made a great hit. Sets another yard or 2 loss. It sets up 3rd down and 17. And Alleman continues to go the wrong way. Well, here we go now. Huge play for the Pioneers. They got to pick up a 1st down here. They can't give the ball back again. Pass, Dulio going deep. And out of bounds, incomplete. Good coverage again down the field here. Brousseau was there, and Justin Dole in double coverage.
See that ball? It's kind of pale. You notice that?
It's cold out there.
Yeah.
You'd be kind of pale if you'd been out there. Smitty and I were a little pale when we were out there, too, and you're up here
normal footballs are
roasty and toasty
got a little more color in them than roasty and toasty.
Man, send us down there and get wet. I think I'm taking a chill.
Julio back for the kick.
Lee Lafayette.
Same man waiting on it.
He's there. Look out. Oh. He got blocked into him. He did get blocked out. If there should be no flag there. He got blocked into him, no question. Yep. Nice coverage by Alleman that time. Tackle made back here at about the 42-yard line. The Alleman fans aren't real happy with that, but he was definitely blocked into the kicker as far as I was concerned, and I've been wrong numerous times. Yeah.
Now they're bringing a ball in with a little more color.
Jeez.
See that?
We're getting down to the end of the season. We're now being critical as to the shade of the color of
Well, there's entirely 2 different type balls there.
Well, they are. That's why you do this.
Yeah.
They both have to be Wilsons, would be my understanding, Coach Smith.
Yes, one's leather.
One's leather and one's rubber.
One's rubber and one's
Pass.
leather.
Coming across, wide open, 35, right here. Oh, out of bounds. I'm not so sure he was going to get down in bounds anyway. That pass from Schroeder to number 35, John Loreni.
I can't even see why they would bother throwing the ball at this point of the ball game. 14-0 with 7 minutes to go.
Well,
nice to stop the clock.
Yeah, that's true. A couple things. There's got to be some scouts sitting up here in the stadium somewhere that are wanting to write down more stuff. They're just getting ready to go home, getting out of the rain and the cold.
We could throw the ball.
They got to show them 1 or 2 more things here.
And a few clean shirts in there now.
Yep. Well, going again, 1 back set. Lee Lafayette, the lone back. Yeah. Wide handoff, off tackle. About a 3-yard gain for Lafayette. Gets the ball out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
And they bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and for Bishop McNamara, the key now is the clock continues to run, and they've a 14-0 lead. The way they're playing defense right now is very, very secure. Although I'm sure Coach Zanani would like to get 1 more score if they could, feel a lot more comfortable.
Well, you got to give Lafayette a lot of credit as far as how he covers the ball too. When he runs the ball inside, he's always got the ball covered up well. Doesn't look like he's ever going to fumble it.
Yep. And we keep hoping, but it doesn't have outside. Gets to outside. Krager ran him out of bounds near the first down. Like it might be just a little bit short. That's the other thing. If we go back through this ball game, is that you know, really we've had a couple snaps that have got bounced around a little bit. But as far as handling the ball, turnover-wise, all the backs, both teams have done a nice job of hanging on that ball.
You'd have thought tonight would have been a tough night.
And there's been some big hits. We're looking at a 4th down and a little less than a yard. 4th, a little less than a yard, and it looks like McNamara is going to go for it with 6 minutes 48 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
As close as they got that stake, you thought they'd had to measure it, wouldn't you?
Well, it's sitting right there next to it. That's the only problem. They're right there next to it. Well, let's see what happens here. Number 41, Alan Rude's coming back in the ball game. When he comes in and 33 goes out, a lot of times that puts him into the power eye, but Ryan Lorenny, number 3, has been injured a little bit, so we'll see what they do here.
I think the coach of McNamara thought it ought to be measured since that post was so close.
Well, now
to
they
the
can't
other
do
post.
this. You can't do this. This you cannot do. The ball went out of bounds over there. Now we're going to bring it back in and measure it at the hash.
And it's still short.
It's going to be, and where you figure it's still short.
It shows you that
once that ball left that sideline, it's going to be 4th and a little bit, no matter how they measured it.
Even if they have to move the ball back.
Yeah, no matter what, we got to move the ball back to where it was when it went out of bounds. But anyway, it looks like, as we said before, McNamara is going to go for the 1st down here. And they'll be running out of the power eye. Balanced line. Alleman's got everybody up there. Oh, look out. Look out. Lee Lafayette out on the track, still alive.
1st and 10, McNamara.
And again, that's just an off-tackle handoff. He pops it outside when everything closed down inside, and he's got the great speed to get there. Well, the ball's at the 38-yard line, 6 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the ball game. And we keep hoping against hope that either Alleman makes a great play or McNamara makes a real bad one, or a combination of the two.
McNamara doesn't seem to show any signs of turning the ball over.
Not so far. Power eye, fullback. Good hard run up inside. Look at that guy. That's the guy who's been injured there. Ryan Lorenny, number 3, a 205-pound fullback, got that ball.
Very nice run.
Yep.
Be 2nd and 2. He picks up 8 yards on the carry.
He got turned around sideways a little bit, but he got up in there in a hurry.
He didn't want to go down, did he?
No, he sure didn't. Clock still running, 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go. I think we may see a steady diet of this power eye here for just a little while now. Alleman's jumping up in there now. He's still using 6-man, 6'2". That's, oh, look out. Good defensive play. Penalty flag. The 6'2" defense, when Alleman gets into it, has been real effective against the run, against the good running teams in our league. And
Mike DeBoard in on that tackle.
Got a
78.
Holding penalty, that'll help.
Yeah.
That'll help. That'll push him back. Set up a second in about 12, 13, something like that. So there's one of those breaks, Bryant. Unfortunately, Alleman right now needs a break that puts points on the board. That's about the only way this game's going to get turned around, I'm afraid.
Well, the Pioneers are playing a very good football team tonight. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, you're right there. No, we talked in the pregame a little bit. When you can beat a team like De La Salle, our fans saw them play early in the year, and even though Coach Zanni said he thought that De La Salle was maybe the worst game they played all year, the ones that he had seen against his team, you beat them by 20 points, you've done something. Then you play good ball games with St. Rita. Now coming across here, number 6 is wide open. That's Ron Brousseau, incomplete. They've got a nice little pass package, though, with bringing the receivers across the field, isolating Lafayette one-on-one occasionally.
The quarterback would have just set his feet there before he threw. I think he had a big completion.
But for Alleman, that stopped the clock. That's the good news. 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, at least if they're throwing it up there like that, there's always a chance of picking something.
That's exactly right.
Picking something
Well, there's
off.
been a couple passes that he's let go. They're a little high, and if you get a DB standing in the way of one of those, we know that Healy and Taylor and those guys can run that ball back all the way. Tom Hufford's done a good job throughout the course of the year. Lafayette, a nice play. It's going to set up a 4th down, but they got most of that back, so it's going to be 4th down.
Healy on that tackle, Prine on that tackle. It's going to be 4th down again.
4th and 5. Another big 4th down play. And this time they're going to bring in, again, looks like a little bigger lineup here. Brousseau is going out, number 6 to the sideline. 22 is Justin Dole. There's their wide receivers, so we're probably going to get a look at the 2 tight end power I formation with Laurenti in there and Alan Rude as the lead blockers for Lee Lafayette. Fake, bootleg, coming across, 35's wide open. Nice soft pass this time. Takes that ball down to about the 15-yard line. John Laurenti.
Excellent play.
Sophomore tight end, 6'2", 180-pounder.
Chris Edwards got a big hit on the quarterback just as he threw that ball.
Well, he held that one as long as he possibly could.
Yeah, he sure did. But that time he got her right in the breadbasket.
Yes, he did. Well, he took a little off of it and laid it right there where, you got a guy running wide open like that. Well, just give him the ball. The ball's out of bounds, though, at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10.
4:30 left in the 4th quarter. 14-0, McNamara.
Well, one here is certainly going to wrap this thing up. Power I. Schroeder at quarterback. Handoff.
Uh-oh.
Lafayette, look out. Foot race to the corner. Touchdown.
Touchdown. Excellent play. Boy, we had a view of that opening up,
perfect angle here. The camera angle is different than ours, and they'd be coming right to you from the camera angle. But as soon as he took that handoff, there was a straight line to that goal line. He's got speed to get there. So with 4 minutes, 24 seconds to go, 15-yard run by Lee Lafayette makes the score. Kankakee Bishop McNamara 20, Rock Island Alleman 0.
Boy, that was a nice play. That.
Been using that zone block.
Yep.
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 He just decides where he wants to go.
You get that kind of runner. That play could open up from guard to sideline, and when it opened that time, it was wide open.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. Oh, snap is low. Brousseau runs for the corner.
And he got it, I think.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Somebody's got to signal it. Nobody knows. Somebody's got to call it. We're going to take a look at this.
The referees are looking at each other.
I'm glad this isn't a play that's going to decide the winner or loser of the ball game. Now the officials are kind of walking away from each other. Don't look at me. I didn't call it. No good.
No good.
No good.
No, that was no good.
Oh, my.
If you don't know, you can't call it.
Hey, you can't go wrong on a call like that.
When you get arguing that call, though, the one coach will say, well, you can't call it good if you didn't see him cross the goal line. Well, you can't call it bad if you didn't see him get stopped short either. Holy moly. But I don't know. But I know one thing. It's no good.
It's
and
not
it's 20 to nothing. It's no good. After all that.
4:24 to go in the 4th quarter.
I'd like to have that a couple weeks ago here
definitely
when
fell
Alleman,
across that orange
Moline.
pylon. Does that mean anything?
He tore that orange pylon down.
Yeah.
Knee was down.
Oh, he was down.
I think his knee hit the pylon, in fact.
Well,
could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Not going to make any difference.
I have no idea where the ball was.
We would have had as big a problem with that one as anybody else.
Yeah.
And you know what? At this point, it just doesn't matter.
From where the angle, we had a good angle on that.
Yep. Yeah. Well, here we go again. Kicking off is Joe Quigley.
Taylor and Healy deep.
Another nice kick. One hopper.
Taylor gets the ball.
I'll tell you. Those guys, McNamara does a nice job of coming down, settling down, getting lined up, squared up, and making plays. And they're doing it down around the 25-yard line. So you got to be flying down the field to do that. So 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go, Brian. And it looks, at this point in time, that Bishop Mac is going to go on, and Alleman's going to finish a great season, but finish the year at 7-3. 2 years in a row in the playoffs in Class 5A. Played two fantastically good opponents. Double pass. Oh, that's a lateral. That's a lateral. Tip ball. Well,
Incomplete.
it's going to be second down.
I think it's getting colder. What do you think?
I think it's getting a little bit colder in here.
Yeah, as the night goes on. And once the rain stopped, I believe it's clearing up and getting colder.
Oh, I'm glad you're as interested in the weather now as you were in the pregame. Coach Smith comes here just to help us out, being the assistant production manager for this broadcast, and you immediately send him out in the rain. Well,
he was the one you wanted.
Nice pass protection. Oh my! Very good that time. Number 85, Jeff Lawrence, became about as good a defensive back as we've seen all year as he ran in front of that pass and knocked it down. Number 7 was back there again, and Jeff Cianfrogna. He's done a nice job. Nice job. His name has come up. Not only has it come up several times, but it's been pronounced 2 or 3 different ways.
That's right.
He's a good player. 5'7", 150, not real big. Look out.
Well, Taylor, you got a little running room over here.
Dave Taylor.
Go.
Taylor at the 40.
Oh, nice job.
Across midfield into the 45-yard line. Number 50 makes a great play that time. That is Peter Nolan to probably save a touchdown. D-tackle coming all the way down the field. And that'd been a defensive.
For 2 years, I've really been impressed with that Dave Taylor.
Oh.
There's probably the biggest heart.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. He's a tough kid, had a great career.
Yep.
Great career here at Alleman. Speed option. DeJulio on the keep. Defense is there. Nice play. Number 4, Pat Brace, 41 on that tackle with Alan Rood.
Rood really tough at that center linebacker spot.
Kind of gave him a look around. Some of the, most of the starters are still in for both teams, and they should be right now. But find those guys with the real dirty jerseys in the pants, and those guys have been at it. Dave Taylor just comes off the sideline here. There's not much. There's all mud all over that kid. So. Pass, halfback pass.
Healy gonna throw that ball deep.
Oh, what a nice play back there. 89, Mike Brousseau knocked that ball down.
Had a chance to get that ball to Lawrence. Just got a hand on it.
That's 3rd down and 10, maybe 9. 3 minutes, 4 seconds to go. I'll tell you, Brian, this season has just flown by. I don't know about you, but just seems like
sure has.
A little while ago we were doing our first games of the year, and now we're here in the first round of the playoff. It looks like at least the Moline score was not in the kind of score we were hoping for. And Alleman down 20-0 here is maybe the last football game we do.
Rough start for teams in our area.
Right. But I'll tell you, when you go up against Pekin, reverse. Dave Taylor with the ball.
Cut it up.
Boy, they're there. Nice defense.
They just know where to go.
Gosh. Woo. 22 that time ran to that ball real well. Justin Dole again, only a sophomore.
4th down.
50 was there again, wasn't he, Coach? Yeah, that's our defensive end. Yeah, Peter Nolan. But to figure, the draws that we got, to draw Pekin, Moline to draw Pekin is a real tough draw. To figure a way where Alleman and Kankakee Bishop McNamara, it's even hard to figure geographically, Looks like Dave Taylor hurt his shoulder or his elbow a little bit. Screen pass. Healy. Nice cut.
Nice cut.
Healy could go. Nice play down the field.
Alleman finding a way to move that ball.
Very nice play. Ray Matson, a sophomore, number 39 was there. 89 was on that play again. Mike Brousseau. And Alleman moving the ball with 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go. They have the ball at the 23-yard line, 24-yard line.
Yeah, you'd sure like to see them get one in there anyway.
That's exactly right.
Because they're a good ball team. And
pass again, DeJulio, quick. Oh, nice throw. That's going to be, yep. Yep. But if Delio had just a little more time, work a guy in behind that receiver is going to be wide open. Because I'll tell you, McNamara drops off quick, and boy, do they break back to the football. And that's good news, bad news if you got time to throw one over their head. We'll see what happens here now. Two wide receivers from Alleman, I formation. Healy at the tail of the eye. Delio, penalty flag down. Nice attempt down the field. Another penalty flag goes down, so we might have a late hit out here, out of bounds. Delio ended up in a heap out here by, yeah, we got a couple. I think we got maybe a couple penalties here.
Got a hold and a roughing the passer, possibly.
Is that your guess?
That's
That's a good. Come on, take a chance. Is that your guess?
I'm just sitting here next to Coach Smith, and he's signaling all these signals here, and I'm trying to guess what he's
we
signaling.
got personal foul, and we've got holding call too. So you're exactly right, Brian.
I wasn't sure if he was searching for his watch or calling a hold on that, but I think I got it.
I think you got that one.
Yeah.
Sets up 2nd down and 10 again. 2nd and 10, 2:04 to go. That was a tough play all the way
Pioneers,
around.
let's score
Put
here.
one on the board.
Let's put one on the board here. 25-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Put one on the board here and go for an onside and tighten them up a little bit.
Okay.
Huh?
At least scare them a little.
Yeah.
Alleman did a good job of that. Whole first half. The opening kickoff the second half really hurt. Look at the pressure. Screen again.
Oh, same
Dave
screen
Taylor.
to Taylor again. Get
Nice
a block. Get a
out
block.
front. Oh, another good run down around the 16-yard line.
Nice gain again. That play's been a good play for him with
Beautiful
Healy
play.
and Taylor both running it.
Andy Koski, number 50 for Alleman that time, made a beautiful block on that screen pass. Knocked the guy down.
Yeah. There's some good blocking going on out there for him.
Well, 3rd down and
Third
about
down
2.
and 2. 136.
Clock is running.
Talking as fast as I can, Jim. Jim's waving for the offense to hurry here, and I thought he meant me. So, okay, 4th down. Very good defense again.
Take a look here. They're going to maybe stop the clock here.
Trigger for no gain.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw the fly pattern here.
Well, 4th down. Go for the 1st down, or you're going to try to put some points on the board right
Maybe
here.
that little screen again.
Oh, little hitch pattern off the shoulder pads. Ball was there and off the shoulder pads. Would have been enough for the 1st down, but Alleman turned the ball over on downs in what appears to be their last possession of the season. 1 minute, 13 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. McNamara leads 20-0. Well, good idea.
Oh.
Good idea.
Alleman's had an excellent season. They got nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, I'll tell you, the Western Big Six teams, you go through the last 3 or 4 years, we have not got any really good draws. Last time UT was in the playoffs, we drew Belvedere, I think, and they won the state championship. Last year, Alleman draws Boylan. This year, Moline gets Pekin, and Alleman gets McNamara, 5A and 6A. Man. They're going to take a knee now. This ball game is going to be history soon. McNamara takes a knee. Got all white shirts, clean white shirts in there right now.
No, don't do that.
Alleman's going to call a timeout.
Take a timeout.
Stay
we
with
really
us.
hoped we was going to get another week or two here.
Yep. Quarterback took a knee again, dropped back, and now we're down to 52 seconds to go. And if this thing runs down with 48 seconds to go now, why, unless Alleman wants to use another timeout to force a punt. Yes, it's been an exciting year altogether. You hate to see it end in a loss, but unless you win a state championship, everybody loses.
Just think of all the
last
good
game.
ball games. The Geneseo game here was an excellent ball game.
Real good game. And you're in the midst of preparing your all-mama team, aren't you? Have you been doing extensive research and game film work on that?
Oh yeah.
That should be coming out here fairly soon.
Yeah,
and then there are several players in this game, I'm sure, that are going to be on that team. So.
Oh, there would be. You bet.
Well, we're down to 7 seconds to go.
For Alleman and Matt Prine and
Well, the time runs out, Brian. The game now is over. 5A playoff game. Kankakee Bishop McNamara came into the ball game 7-2, move on to 8-2, and move on to the next level of competition. They've got a fine football team. Alleman Pioneers finished the year at 7-3, co-champions in the Western Big Six. Another great season for Dana Just and his squad, and nothing to be ashamed of.
No, we want to congratulate the Alleman Pioneers on a fantastic season again, and making the playoffs and having an opportunity. They just got pitted against a very good ball club, and they played a pretty good ball game. But
well, you take away a couple plays like you talked about before, you know, the scoring drive that put points on the board to begin with, and then the return of the kickoff to start the second half. I mean, that was the one that took the wind out of Alleman's sails, and they were that was an uphill battle from that point on. But the fans on this side are standing. They didn't leave. They're cheering. They're honoring their ball club, and I think that's just great. So for Brian Mama and Jim Sanders, Jim Smith with us tonight, Joanne Sanders.
We'll see you in basketball.
We'll be back in basketball season.
Looking forward to it.
Take care.